Hey there, guys. How's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today, I want to speak about my interpretation and key takeaways from the book Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. I've gone through this book. It's very easy read. So one of the things is geography does not matter. Wherever you are a creator. Okay, you can create in some random restaurant in the middle of nowhere on a little piece of napkin, okay? And to be quite honest, a lot of the artists did that, right? You take Picasso, for instance, he would make like little sketches on napkins. So, and you heard J.K. Rowling like writing in the back of like writing Harry Potter on the back of like some kind of like takeout menu or something. I don't even know what she did, but anyway, you get this idea, right? When you're a creator, you create everywhere. So it's more about the resourcefulness, not the resources. You're going to find ways to create no matter what, okay? That's the first principle. Second thing is all ideas are unoriginal. They're unoriginal, but that's not a bad thing. It means that we're all chipping into the pot, right? So basically what it means is that all ideas have been borrowed, have been adapted from different industries, have been taken from different principles, and they've been rehashed, repackaged, watered down, remixed, whatever words you want to use. They're just basically old ideas with new insight, new lens to look at the old reality, okay? It's like a recipe, right? Different ingredients make a meal, right? You need little ingredients from different places, maybe different exotic cuisine. Maybe you add something really spicy to the meal, right? I love eating chilies, like straight up. I will eat like 4 or 5 chilies and like garlic cloves, like that. But that's just me, you know. I love to get rid of that mucus, detox my body. So I have weird ways to eat. But anyways, this is not about my culinary, preferences. This is about being an artist. An artist is a transmuter. An artist is somebody who takes the lead and makes it into the gold of consciousness, okay? The artist is the alchemist. So understanding that, you have to also understand that you want to bring joy to people. Your products, your books, anything you create is to make value or to bring joy and to entertain and to keep people engaged, right? It must be different or polarizing in some way. And we're not talking about like stealing like an artist does not mean like plagiarizing, right? This is completely different from plagiarizing because you don't want to copy, okay? You want to be influenced. You want to be inspired by. You want to take little blueprints. You want to take people's different concepts and expand upon them and take little tidbits and sample things from somebody else. I think the sampling culture that I was born into from, hip hop. I'm a rapper, as you know. So, I've just taken little elements of hip hop, and I've also been able to combine and create my coaching packages in that specific way. But then also is very, very inspired by Bruce Lee and the Jeet Kune Do method, on how he basically got inspired by studying all the martial arts out there and then inventing a simple, direct, practical, hands-on approach and making it his own, but also like enabling people and giving them permission to actually incorporate this new style of fighting, which is very, very powerful. There is this kind of shred of honesty and an internal way of like, he also mentioned the fact of you have to absorb what is useful to you and you have to discard what is ineffective. So I also believe in that way of really approaching this. It's like there's certain knowledge and certain information and data out there that's going to be ineffective to you. Okay. Real creation is about understanding when you can take the paintbrush off the canvas, when you say, okay, I have finished now. You can add complexity. I love complexity. You know what I mean? It's a flow state trigger. I love adding complexity, but that does not mean that you become so confounding that people will be turned off to it. You want to stay relevant and relatable. We don't come out of the womb knowing who we are, we don't get a blueprint. We don't get a manual how to be human. We learn by imitation. We learn by copying adults. We learn by going through this process of mimicking others. And I loved mimicking voices. I remember growing up, I still do. Like, I don't know, Rick. Morty, I don't know what you're talking about, right? I love voices like Rick and Morty right there. You know what I mean? Really understanding how we can copy, how we can mimic, how we can take from different elements, but still come back to our own truth, make it our own, having our own container. We're replacing all of this in. Okay, so we're talking about components which create a distinct product, okay, unique product. The primary purpose of a business is not to make money. Primary purpose is to create a customer. Okay, of course money is a part of it, like you make money from a customer, but the main thing is to create a customer. Okay, we don't need to it doesn't take money to make money, it takes a customer. Okay, so the thing is, my business coaches taught me this, a lot of this stuff, right? So basically what he says is new innovation creates new ignorance. So anytime you have a new thing out into the market, people are going to be a little bit more skeptical about it, right? So basically you want to be able to teach them to want. You have to introduce it to them as if it's the next best thing. You have to understand, like, what are the benefits? Like, would you buy into this yourself? Are you selling yourself on your own product? Would you buy your own product? Like, start to really speak to yourself in terms of that. You know what I mean? And like, so really start to understand the customer. Don't mimic the surface understanding of people's work. You'll be a cheap knockoff at best. Okay, you'll be a ripoff, like a straight up like a fake Gucci, you know what I mean? Like sold in the streets of like Taiwan or something like that, as opposed to innovation, innovative genius, complete authenticity mixed with a flair, mixed with an insight, mixed with a zest, and your essence as a brand. Like, you know, people don't buy a brand, people buy a person. So who's the person behind the brand? Yeah, people buy a brand too, but it's also about what that brand means, right? What does it mean that I'm buying a Louis Vuitton belt, right? It's selling people a lifestyle and a culture that you have to get on your own wave, all right? You have to be able to get on your own wave. The next thing that I would say is draw the art. Okay, this is the manifesto that I love from the book. Listen closely. Draw the art you want to see. Make the business you want to run. Play the music you want to hear. Write the books you want to read. Do the work you want to see done. All right? It's very simple. Like, what you like, other people will like. So go with that instinct, right? Side projects, by reading this book, I read and understood that side projects are really the things that take off. Okay? We talk so much about this thing and that thing, and yeah, we have so many different side projects, but the side projects can actually build something. Okay, I'll give you an own example in my own life, right? Me and my friends, we have this group, we called it Shellism. We thought it was kind of funny, like it was a cult, right? And I made a YouTube page, right? And the YouTube page is Shellism Tones. You can look this up, okay? Shellism Tones, you know, brainwave entrainment and really applying those technologies as well as subliminal messages in order to give people exactly what they wanted, like changing eye color, like, helpful for losing weight, whatever you want to use it for. I made them for my cult, for my group of friends. You could say not for your cult, right? It's not like a, don't get weird here, okay? It was just a group of friends. We called it a cult as a joke. So anyway, the thing is that YouTube channel grew to like 1,000+ followers. That was my side hustle, making binaural beats, right? But it became one of my main things because I started to give my clients binaural beats that I've made, right? Subliminal messages that I'd created myself. Okay. And it became one of my main things from it being a side thing. Another side thing, right? My music. A lot of the times I'm able to incorporate the same kind of dialogue, the versatility. I don't want to, brag or anything, but I have a really, really high standard of making music right now. Earlier, I used to just make tracks, whatever. Now I set a standard for it. Like, if it's not to this gold standard, I'm not going to put it out there. Okay. So that's why I'm asking for more advice now, leading to collaboration with other artists now. And, I'm making it a part of the lifestyle. I'm making it a part of the movement, and I'm adapting my hip hop speech and my spoken word prowess through these videos, but also just generally in how I show up in the world, right? And how I speak to people and how I allow myself, again, incorporating different things. The side projects are really, really going to be helpful to you. So don't think of just because it's called a side project that it's on the side, it can become a main thing. Okay. So really, really start to push your side hustles and be really interested in various things. It's okay to do that because those are the things that really have amazing things and little elements from that you can incorporate into your main thing, but also it can take off in its own way. And then once it takes off, you can apply yourself to that, or you can take little elements from it. Okay. So never, never push away your side projects. Keep side projects. Okay. Creativity is the things we choose to leave out. I learned this the hard way. Okay. I used to want to do everything. I was to, want to do an element of this and do that and do this. I used to be a life coach, quote unquote, right? Instead of being very focused in on, of course, my business coach helped me refine that into being a flow coach. But earlier I was like, I'm going to help everybody with everything. That strategy is a recipe for disaster. Okay. You can't help everybody with everything. Okay. It's just not possible. You're giving yourself too big of a task. And also, like, why would you? You know what I mean? Like, if you can be a specialist, it's going to make you skyrocket in that one specific niche and industry. Niche down even further. Niche down. Right now, you niche down even further, I would say, okay? Because that is what truly people will magnetize to you. For the people who are meant for you, you'll push away the people that aren't meant for you, okay? That's my little 2 cents in terms of this. It's not in the book, but that's just what I would say. Also, creativity is subtraction. Okay. So, it's what we choose to take away that is going to be just as important as what we're going to choose to put into it. And also, you want to know, like, you've got to understand that social media has the word social in it. A lot of us don't treat it like that. We just make a post, whatever, But it's about those DM connections. It's about the leaving the really genuine comments on people's pages. It's about, the best way to make friends on the internet, say nice things about them. The best way to avoid enemies on the internet, ignore them. Okay, so the attention goes where energy flows. You already know this. Okay, one of the laws of Huna. This is what I have to say for this book, guys. I hope that this video resonated with you and that you got something really new from this. But I would highly recommend that you check this book out, as well as, apply the things that I told you in this video. When you are becoming a creator, it's important to really fine tune and just show up, like, just, make a product, show it to the market. Make a product, show it to the market. Make a product, show it to the market. If anything else is coming in between that and in the way of that, or if you feel like, oh, it's not good enough, perfectionist, okay? Look, perfectionism leads to procrastination, which leads to paralysis. I've said it many times. So again, it's not going to be perfect. Still put it out into the market. When I first began rapping, I had a SoundClick account. SoundCloud didn't even exist back then, man. SoundClick. You guys can look this up, right? That's where we put out little mixtapes and stuff. A lot of my old songs are out there. I had a squeaky voice. It was really bad quality. I used to record on Audacity, but guess what? I still used to do it. Still used to put it out into the market. People still used to listen to it. And from there, if I hadn't put those things out, I never would have gotten feedback. I never would have improved. I never could refine and go back to it now to this day and learn from my past and little elements of actually, documenting my progress. I wouldn't be able to do that if I hadn't put it out into the market. I would have forgotten about it. Maybe one song sitting in my closet somewhere, one little microphone that I've never touched in years. Like, come on now. You know what I mean? Put it out there. Let people see it. Let people hear it. Let people comment on it. Let people tear it down. Let people roast it. It's going to be good for you. I'm telling you right now, okay? So that's my advice to you. Have an amazing day. Also, give yourself a due date. If you want to make your first YouTube video, first this, or first song, whatever, give yourself a due date and crush it. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary.